So here we are again talking about that Droideka, but this time it's different as Ben Walk aka Forge, the community manager, has released an official announcement about that screenshot. Now I'm going to read it through and tell you what I think, but before I start I just want to say that Ben is the messenger. I don't think he is free from blame in this situation, but he is just the messenger between us, DICE and EA. He is human, he is bound to make mistakes, and doesn't always communicate in a clear way, but you can see that he tries to please everyone. So getting into the announcement, it reads: just wanted to drop a few lines to clear some things up regarding that screenshot that was released and has dominated the discussion this week. When we first started to see mentions of Droideka, the instant answer from us was no, which at the time was believed to be 100% correct. This is because we currently have no active plans for a Droideka, nor do we have any assets within our active development version of the game. When we saw the similarities, we believed it could have been a crash speeder or environmental clutter. I'm not sure how they ever came to that conclusion. And then they said this is why we came out and said that it wasn't. We wanted to react quick and to communicate, but more importantly, we didn't want you to think that something was coming that wasn't. This is why we confirmed that it wasn't one. Because we had the ability to reload the scene a screenshot was created in, we did some additional investigation. It was during this investigation that we found an old, unused and partially built asset of a Droideka. The asset itself is nothing more than a static model. It has zero integration into the game, meaning it is currently missing rigging, animation, VFX, audio, abilities, UI and more. While the screenshot was created recently, it was done so on a version of the game that contained more unused assets. Moving forward, we will be taking steps to ensure this does not happen again. During development, multiple assets and ideas are explored, and while some do make it into the final game, others do not. Well, for me, this is simply crazy, guys. Forge is telling us here that Droidekas are not coming to the game. They haven't worked on them at all despite many early teases from Dennis, and they don't intend to, even though Geonosis is releasing in the winter. So are they telling us that we aren't getting any new reinforcements in with Geonosis? Because we also saw the extra reinforcement cost on that original transmission. Was that another error that made it through the lengthy approval process? The whole thing was hinting at a new reinforcement, and now you tell us there isn't any and have this frankly weird story to cover up. It just brings up more questions, like why do you need to load up a screenshot to see that it is a Droideka? It's quite obvious that it's a Droideka. I saw it straight away. I know many people didn't, but I saw it literally straight away. So if it's gone through several approvals, surely someone should have seen it. Also, why are you using a different version of the game to create a screenshot on? Seems a bit silly. Why not use the actual version of the game where there is no Droideka located in it? And also, why do you even bother having an approval process if it lets mistakes like this one slip through? Isn't that what it's for? I'm sure it's to make sure nothing pops up in these transmissions that shouldn't be there. Further to that, you now fully know the demand for these reinforcements in game, so how about getting some of those talented people to actually work on the things that players were requesting right from the start? I mean, surely Droidekas should have already been in the pipeline as soon as you knew Geonosis was coming. And also, we should be seeing a different reinforcement for the clones, otherwise there would just be Wookiees running around Geonosis. The whole situation baffles me, and as I spoke about in my previous video, it comes down to the fact that DICE can't communicate with us properly when it comes to new content because EA's way of doing things. Yes, Droidekas were never on the roadmap, but you can't say that they weren't expected in with this Geonosis map. I tweeted last night that I didn't know whether to laugh or cry about the situation, and that is because it's both hilarious and extremely disappointing at the same time. I genuinely thought Droidekas were being worked on. I thought this was a legit tease, but apparently they are not, and there are no plans other than an unused, unaltered model. I have to say then, if the model is there, start working on it. Start listening to your players. Surely the dev team is truly full of talented people. We could see a Droideka in the game by winter along with Geonosis. In my mind at that point, they have a chance to relaunch this game. EA or DICE, whoever is making the decisions here, needs to take this opportunity. I don't want Geonosis to arrive and talk about what we didn't get rather than what we actually do get. I hope that makes sense to all you watching. I'm going to leave it there, but I just wanted to say how I feel about this situation. As always guys, I want you to let me know your thoughts below. I do look forward to reading them. The Elite Core update will be coming out next week, and that looks like it would bring a bit more positivity to the game, so I'll be sure to cover the additions when they arrive. As always, I thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.